assembled and this document is ready. Mr. City Manager.
We're ready to go. This is the city's presentation of our budget. It's the compilation of the work that's already been discussed a little bit here tonight, courtesy of Mr. Hensley and the Budget and Finance Committee. We know we all met for many Tuesdays. A lot of information was exchanged. Staff used the information we gleaned to come up with assumptions for the development of this budget. Much of what was discussed earlier did in fact make it through the process and into the budget. And a review of the budget assumptions that were used in the preparation of this document. First on the list, the reappraisal of property values in the city. We've heard several presentations from county property assessor that his findings are in this reappraisal cycle that property values are going to be increasing by about 15%. That'll result in a certified tax rate from our current tax rate of $277 to $241. The 2011 municipal expenditure estimates include adjustments necessary to maintain the current service levels, no service reduction, no staffing reduction. This does include much of the same thing that Dr. Bailey mentioned: retirement, medical, energy, long-term contracts, and rents. There are no new municipal programs and no salary adjustments for municipal employees. School expenditure growth was put in the budget at 3.5% annually, as has been discussed previously tonight. We'll show in a little bit what our major expenditure driver were for growth in our budget, and what little there was in those items still totaled 2.9% increase for our budget, and Steve has projected 3.5% in the model beyond 2011. The goal is to maintain a minimum fund balance on the municipal side of $5 million. The model again had some new debt to be projected to be issued in for FY 2012-2013 for capital maintenance projects. There'd be additional new debt shown in the model, as you've seen, for preschool, school administration, senior center, library expansion, Rome State. All these projects were discussed a little bit throughout the Budget and Finance Committee. There is no tax increase proposed in the upcoming budget. And that the last bullet there is the request that we received that the photo enforcement funds stay in the general fund, but that a new special program fund be developed for future years. This slide here shows a breakdown of all the fund expenditures. Our total budget is $182 million. Shows a comparison of the FY 2010 budget and the proposed 2011 budget. You can pretty much see most of the lines are pretty flat across. As we've all talked about in the committee meetings, things are pretty much status quo. You can see the new fund. Sorry. There is on the right-hand side, fourth from the right, is the special projects for the red light money. There it is. There's an announcement to see.
Where is that here? Special fund?
Right there. That's the special fund that's being set up for the traffic camera money. You can see there's no campaigning yellow for the FY10, but the projected for 2011 is shown in that fund. The proposal was to keep this year's money in the general fund for 2010. The fund itself here would be funded in 11.
That's your interpretation of the recommendation that we just adopted.
Yes, and the discussions that were had at the committee meetings.
Which is a little different than
This is a breakdown of the various departments within the general fund. Oak Ridge Schools on the left-hand side, police, fire, you can read the tallies at the bottom. Again, highlighting the fact that most of them are pretty straight across year to year. Here's a breakdown of the projected revenues for the general fund. Property taxes, sales taxes are pretty flat.